Hello, and welcome to my channel, Food Journey. Well, today is the time to share a recipe for the most delectable barbecue ribs that can simply fall off the bone. I will take you through each process in detail, so that when your ribs are done, they're tender, juicy, and nicely blackened on the outside. Ensure that your ingredient portions are ready before applying them on your ribs, as the quantity should vary according to the weight of the ribs. If the quantity of ribs is 500 grams or nearly 1 pound, then scale up the spices, seasonings, and sauce in like quantity. For our barbecue ribs, you'll need ribs half a kilogram to 1 kilogram or equal to 500 grams to 1 pound per serving. Dry rub ingredients: 1 tablespoon brown sugar, 1 tablespoon paprika, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon onion powder, half teaspoon black pepper, half teaspoon salt, half teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Optional for spiciness. Barbecue sauce ingredients. Someone will suggest that you would need 1/2 cup of the barbecue sauce of your choice. Optional: 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon honey or maple syrup in order to enhance sweetness. Optionally, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce to give an extra boost to the meat. These quantities are based on the 500 grams of ribs you intend to feed. Adjust accordingly. Let's get started. To start with, there is need to marinate our ribs before we proceed and season them to our desired levels. It has a thin membrane on the back like the rib of a fish. Wedge your knife down in it and scrape it off. This also allows the seasoning to settle properly, and when cooked, you get a lovely tender meal in the end. Combine the dry rub ingredients: dark brown sugar, sweet paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, salt, red pepper flakes if you prefer it spicy. Reduce these quantities if you are dealing with a larger amount of ribs. That is, more than 500 grams of ribs. Now, it is time to further sprinkle this rub onto the ribs. It also pays to spend some time using it to massage the meat on both sides to ensure that it is well coated. These spices and sugar will build an extra dimension, and the sugar will caramelize during cooking time. After applying the mentioned coatings, it is advisable to let the ribs to stand for approximately 15 minutes. This gives the flavors enough time to marinate right through, and tenderizes the meat all at once. Well, our ribs are ready for grilling. It is time to hit the grill. These types of meat can be grilled, baked in an oven, and even cooked slowly in a crock pot if you wish. Today, I'm going to teach you how you can do it in the oven. They found that to prepare for baking, you should set an oven at 150 degrees Celsius or 300 degrees Fahrenheit. That is why you should wrap your ribs in foil so that you can retain the moisture before putting it on a baking tray. This slow cooking will tenderize the meat so that you will get nicely tender and juicy meat off the pot. The ribs should take approximately 2.5 to 3 hours to cook. Just a reminder, you can also add a few more minutes of cooking if you cook more ribs. At the same time, the barbecue is being seasoned. We will make preparation of the glaze we will be using. Combine the barbecue sauce, apple cider vinegar, honey, and Worcestershire sauce into a small bowl. If you have increased the portions of the recipe, then change the amounts of all the sauces. This glaze will add that last layer that we really want on our ribs, the extra sticky layer. About half an hour before the timer goes off, turn the oven off, but leave the ribs inside for about another 3 hours. After this time, take the ribs out of the oven and remove the aluminum foil warping, and then coat the ribs with the barbecue glaze. Lastly, bring the oven temperature to 220°C or 430°F and put back the ribs in the oven without the foil and allow the ribs to caramelize for about 10 to 15 minutes. And that's it. Enjoy your fabulous barbecue ribs. Wait for a few minutes, cut them, and you will savor a lot of flavors: smoky, sweet, and savory all at once.